you're doing it. The second one, they're doing the front half, you're doing the second half. The third one, they're doing it and you're watching. Now the third one, you're going to do by yourself and your sponsor is going to watch or they're going to listen. Okay? Because at that point now, you're doing it, you're doing it. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you some constructive criticism afterwards, show you a couple of other things that you can actually do to make it even better. Teaching you. So now, what could have happened in those actually 3 Help Us seminars? What do you think is going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen is you're going to have new business partners, okay? And all those new business partners are going to be doing what? They're going to be looking to you to do their first Help Us seminar, and you're going to be there with them when they do the first half, and you're going to do the second half for them. And then the last one, you're going to be there watching them. What if you had 10 brand new distributors in 1 month come into your organization? Do you see exactly? Do you see what's going to happen? You're going to have 10 new people that's going to actually be presenting in less than 30 days. How many people do you have in your organization presenting right now? Outside of you. If it's just you, that's a problem. Especially if you're not brand new. If it's just you and you are a 2A, and above, that's a problem. You should have other folk out there being able to do what it is that you do. Okay? So you're starting brand new. Is that all right? So now let's get into some real good stuff here. Making your list. Making your list. And then we're going to talk about what you're going to do with that list. It's very, very important that you make a list. Well, to me, I have a list in my cell phone. I have a list in my cell phone too. And I remember one day I put my cell phone on top of my car, and as I was putting something inside of my car, and as I drove off, I hear something, you're driving, I just heard something fall off my car. I'm like, what was that? My cell phone. So I pull over, okay, because it was in an active driveway. So I pull over, and this lady is driving, towards my cell phone, and I'm waving my hand. I'm like, stop, and she think I'm saying hello. So she's like, hi, and she drove right over my cell phone. And it doesn't matter. I took it everywhere, and nobody could actually, could fix my cell phone. Nobody could save those numbers, nothing. So all of that, those contacts I had in that phone, lost. How many of you, that's happened to you before? Yes. You know what I'm talking about? So do not trust your cell phone. Cell phones are nice, but it's amazing. If you think about, if something should happen, and we could no longer use a computer for a week or so, no navigation systems and none of that, what would you do? A lot of folk would get lost. Because see, people don't ride around with maps anymore. You go on your cell phone, you do. Okay, well, we've been looking for you to show us where to go. That's what would happen. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you write the names, numbers, email addresses, whatever information you can gather on those individuals, okay, put it in a book. Very, very important. Okay? And do not prejudge. That's so key. The people usually that you think have all the money, they'll be able to afford this, they're going to be able to do this or that, you'll be surprised. Those are the ones that you spend the most time trying to convince about something that they need to have, and they don't see it. It's the ones that you think won't is the ones that will. Okay? The ones that you think won't is the ones that will. And I'll share something with you real quick. I remember, and I've shared this story time and time again, so if you heard it before, just bear with me. I remember when I actually went out to this lady's apartment to actually demonstrate for her the SD501. I'm going to show her, the alkaline iodized water. Went to her house and was in an apartment. And as I walk inside, by the way, I'm dressed nice, I'm prepared to do a good job. I have one bag and then walk with a whole lot of stuff. So as I walked in the door, I noticed that there's no chairs. There's just a mattress on the floor. There's paper here, paper there, and she's there, and she's come on in, and I said, oh boy, here we go. Now, I had to decide right then and there, I have to get comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. And sometimes you're going to have to get comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. And on this time, I'm glad I did. Because I went inside, and I said, well, pick off my shoes. She told me to have a seat. I had to really get down and sit down on the mattress, the corner of the mattress. I had my little tiny cups. I took my cups out, and I started explaining it, and I started doing my little demonstration or whatever. Before I could even get to them, oh, by the way, this is the most important part. She asked me, would you like something to drink? Would you like some water? So I said, Yes. Go to South Carolina, you go to somebody's house, you just don't say no. You say yes. So I said yes. And she brings me this glass, and in this glass, you know how glass is like, it's a greasy, somebody didn't wash it really well. The outside's a little greasy, and then you look at the water was a little cloudy on top. And I said, okay. And I went ahead and I took a little sip of the water. And I had my bags all around, and I saw things, crawling around that didn't look like me, okay? But they were all over the place, crawling around, And I said, okay. I said, Lord, please don't let none of this get into my pocketbook, and I take this home. But some of them were pregnant, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so they like to be warm. So I said, no, I don't want that to happen to me. But anyway, to make a long story short, before I was done with the presentation, she said to me, well, how much is it? How much is it? I'm like. So I told her what it was. She said, just stay here, be right back. And she went somewhere, I don't know where she went, down the hall in her apartment, and she came back with $4,000 cash. Did y'all hear me? Okay? Needless to say, and I say it all the time, I drank the rest of the water. Okay? I finished the glass. I mean, I was excited. I got up, hey, what can we do next? Because the thing about it is, I could have turned around. I could have said, no, this lady's not, how could she ever afford? But that could have been a front. It could have just been a front. She could have had the real place in the back. I don't know. But I wasn't asking any questions. I just got comfortable in an uncomfortable environment. And as a result, look what happened. Okay? So don't prejudge. You never know who. Even when you're walking down the street and you're prospecting, you never know who. The people that you're looking for, people that's dressed up in suits, driving around in the fancy cars. You're looking for what kind of watch they have on, what kind of rings they have on, or whatever the case might be. You're looking for money, okay? And stop looking for money and start looking for people, human beings. They all need it. There's nobody exempt from water. Nobody. We all need it. So don't prejudge. The next thing is we want to talk a little bit about what you're going to say after you got this list together. Now that you have your list together, you're going to start making some phone calls. This is the hardest thing it seems for distributors to do. For some reason, they can never get started making those calls because they're so nervous. What are they going to say? What are they going to do? I've never made a call and somebody's mouth came through the phone and bit my ear. You understand? That has never happened to me, and I promise you it's never going to happen to you. Only thing they can do is say whatever they say, but it shouldn't bother you. It's like, whatever, next. That's the reason why we encourage everybody, as you make your list, the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to call 5 of your friends and family members. That's it. Friends and family, 5. Okay? Do not call people that, in other words, I want you to practice first. So you're going to practice on your family and your friends, okay? 5. Because you can always go back to them and say, I was just playing. Let me do it the right way now. But you can't call your doctor and say, Doc, I was just playing. let me tell you how the thing really goes. That is not going to go over well with your doctor. Like, don't play with me. I don't have time for that, right? So you want to call them up on the phone, and this is what, remember I said before, you want to, be in a hurry. Okay, you want to invite them in a hurry, and you want to also be willing to take it away in a hurry. And I want you to pay attention to the vocabulary that I'm going to use when inviting. This is very, very important. For Health and Wealth seminars to be successful, you need to invite to every single one at least 30 people. At least 30 people. Okay, write that number down, the big 3-0. The big 3-0 is going to give you anywhere from 10 to 15 people. That's going to attend. 10 to 15, okay? You have to work at it. Some people say to me, I've been in situations where, to me, I've invited 30 people. And I know that at least 22 is going to be there for a fact, because they will never let me down. They trust them. And you get there, it's just you and them. And nobody showed up. Okay? So I want to avoid that. I'm going to show you what you need to do. Alright? So you're going to call who first? Family and friends. Now what's going to happen is after you call those 5 individuals, family and friends, you want to get back in touch with your sponsor and let them know what the results were. There's no failure, only results. Okay? If you don't like the results, then you change something. So you're going to call them. If your sponsor hears something like, I called all 5 of them and nobody's coming, then that means you're talking too much. Or you're saying something that's not right, and we need to go over it again. But if you call your sponsor and you say something like, I called those 5 people, and out of the 5, 4 of them said that they're going to be there. Okay? Now your sponsor will tell you, go ahead and finish calling the other individuals on your list. Does that make sense? And you want to do the same thing for the members of your team as well. Encourage them to call who first? 5 family members and friends. Okay? Give you the results. And if the results are okay, then what you want to do is tell them to go ahead and call the rest of them. If they're not, let's rehearse a little bit. So this is what you're going to say. For example, Me an easy name. I'll take you, Pauline. So I'm calling Pauline on the phone. So Pauline's part of on my list. Hi, Pauline. How are you?
I'm fine. Me myself?
No. This one. Let's let the phone ring first.
Oh,
so
okay.
the phone just ring. Pick up. The phone just rang. Ding.
Hello.
Hi, Pauline. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Do you know who I am, Pauline? Just say hi to me. Ring, ring.
Say hi.
Say hello again. Just say hi to me. Ring, ring.
Hi, Tamia.
No. Hello. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Hello. Hi, Pauline.
Hi, Tamia.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Listen, Pauline, I'm really in a hurry, but what I wanted to share with you real quick is that I'm actually having to get together at my house on this coming Wednesday night. And I'm not inviting everybody, just a few people. And what I like to do is I like to invite you because the individuals that I'm having coming over to my house on this Wednesday night, they're people that I love, I trust, and I respect. And usually when they say something is going to be big, it's going to be huge. So I would love for you to be a part of that. Now, for some reason you cannot be, I do understand, because what I'm going to have to do, however, is give you a seat away. Okay, so I don't know, will you be able to make it on Wednesday at 7 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, you're sure you're going to be able to make it Wednesday at 7 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, Pauline, so I'm going to put you down for Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Okay, so I'll see you then. Doesn't always happen that way. But so let me do it again. I want somebody to play hardball with me a little bit. So you and you, Ivy. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Ivy, how are you?
I'm good, Tamia. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Listen. I'm actually in a hurry. I'm inviting some people out to my house on this coming Wednesday night. We're having a little get together. Have some friends of mine, very, very knowledgeable in business. They're going to be coming over to my house on this Wednesday night to actually share. I love them. I trust them. I believe in them. They're people that when they say something is going to be big, it's going to be big. And I'd love for you to be a part of that on Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
So what are you talking about, Tamia?
Well, I don't have all the details.
Can you just
I
tell
know
me?
I don't have all the details, but this is what I say to you. I'm not inviting everybody. Now, so if you can't come, I'm going to have to give somebody else your seat.
Oh, no, please don't give away my seat.
Okay, so you'll be able to be there at 7 o'clock? Okay, great. All right, thanks, Ivy. See you then. And I do that to everybody. Whenever somebody asks me, well, Tamia, what is it? I don't have all the facts. I'm inviting you over because the individuals that are coming, I never mention water. I never mentioned Enagic. I never mentioned Kangen. I never mentioned $4,000 machine. Hello? I never mentioned any of that. All I'm doing is inviting you over to hear from some people whom I trust, I love, I respect, who when they say something's going to be big, it's going to be huge. I believe in these people. And if you cannot come, I'm going to have to give your seat away. I never say opportunity meeting. I never say seminar. I say a get together at my house. Notice that? There's a big difference. When you say meeting and seminar, people automatically think, I am not getting started with Amway. That's what they think. Yeah. Or it must be Mary Kay or something. They automatically start assuming that it's something dealing with something like that. So to avoid that, that's what you want to do. So I'm going to say